Hello, we're back. Welcome to, oh, there's my head again. Yeah, there we are. Episode 4 of the strange and wonderful things you'll see in Scarborough Dude's bar, museum bar, I call it. And if you're new to this, well, find the others. This will be episode 4. I was going to talk about my 6 guns. Yeah. There's an example right there, but I'm saving that for next time because something else came along. I felt I needed to get some ideas across because some of you are wondering, what is this? The guy shows a spoon and he asks for 25 bucks. Hey, be nice to me. You might even be able to get that one for $10 someday. But for now, I'm going to talk about how I choose things, how things have significance and meaning. So, for example, got something right here. You look at that, isn't that a beaut? Route 66. And hey, yeah, that's nice. And of course that was a souvenir from the trip I did with my friend the Barstool Buddha. A few years back now when we did a tour, nicely done. I mean, he planned the whole thing of the southwestern United States. And of course one of the things we wanted to get onto was Route 66. But I'll tell you, this particular ashtray is worth no more than what I paid for it, which might have been, probably more than $5. Maybe it was $8. God, I hope I didn't spend 10 in a souvenir shop. So really, it doesn't have any value. If you asked me, it's all right, $10, it's yours. But it doesn't really mean a whole lot. It doesn't have a story. It's just a souvenir. Now here, you bring this one out, and you think, aha. Now we got something. What is that? That is the Fairdale store. Well, where the hell's the Fairdale store? Oh, that's in the Yukon. A place called Haines Junction. You look at the phone number, 2321. That's it. Now that's an old ashtray. That's made out of metal. And I would have had to steal this one, I would guess. They certainly weren't selling them in any souvenir shops. I would have gone to that bar, Haines Junction. We all did. That was the summer of 1975. That was, when I started with the spoon, telling you I'm not going to be a writer, I'm going to get a job as a teacher. This was the summer prior to that, when we hiked the Chilkoot. Barnacle Bill and I climbed over the Chilkoot, a 4-day hike, leaving Haines Junction, leaving what's the name of that town on the coast? Oh, sorry. But anyway, a 4-day hike. We left town in a garbage truck. Skagway was the town. We camped outside town, or so we thought, until we woke up the next morning, found out we were pitched our tent in the backyard of the last bar we were in. We had gone to, there was only 3 bars, we went to each of them twice, demanding the spiciest Bloody Caesars they could make, and we got them. Very hungover, but we did this Chilkoot hike, and it was the summer. A bunch of us came from various places. I came up from Prince George. Peter the accountant came up from Vancouver. Barnacle Bill and the Barstool Buddha were already up in Watson Lake. The ladies were there. Fabulous time, a real summer. And this was part of that summer. This ashtray means something now. Anybody, if I showed that to the Barstool Buddha or Barnacle Bill, they'd say, yeah, wow, that's nice. To you, hey, maybe it's not. But that has meaning. That has history. This thing, $20. $20 and it's a deal. Here's another one. Look at that. Now this one, unfortunately, has been put together with duct tape. It took a bit of a spill. It's been already chipped, but this is another one. This one had to be stolen. You didn't just get these things. This is from the Hotel York, Grand Prairie, Alberta, your hospitality center. Now, there, it's the tape does it, but, you would, $5. $5, I'd give it to you. It's worth a hell of a lot more than that. Terms of the stories and so on. This was when our drive back, somehow we ended up in northern Alberta, Grand Prairie, Alberta, probably drunk again, another bar, there you go. But it's got history, so these are the things you keep. These are the memories, right? What else we got here in the ashtray collection? Well, I'll show you a couple more. Here's one. Now you'd think, okay, wow, here's one. This has got to be worth something. This is the... I've got to take my glasses off for this. 1902, Edward VII crowned King and Emperor. Now that's for real. This would have been passed on. My mother was British, of course. This would have been passed on through her family. Now, I wouldn't call this an ashtray. I would call this probably more a little candy dish. So it's in the collection. This would have some value as an antique. I mean, hey, it's 120 years old almost. Something passed on in the family. If I got some silver out and polished that up, it would look absolutely beautiful. Right now it's just sitting on a shelf, collecting dust. That's a real object, but for me personally, other than the fact that it was passed on through my family, it doesn't have meaning the way the other two do, especially the Haynes Junction. Final one, piece of the one of the best ones going here, the Pioneer Club, Anchorage, Alaska. Another one you had to steal. You didn't go out and buy these. You get into the bar, you had an evening drinking, you figure you paid enough through your drinks and tips to walk out with an ashtray in your pocket, right? That was the peak of that summer. We'd gone to Dawson City. This is the same summer, right? I got 3 ashtrays from the same summer. This one's a dandy. And in fact, it's a beautiful ashtray. That is a nice one. Oh, yeah. Gosh, this would be a pretty penny for this one, I'll tell you. Again, these, all prices are negotiable. It's just whether you're interested or not. The Pioneer Club, Anchorage, Alaska. That's all it says on it. That was part of the trip. That was after crossing top of the world highway. We were in the red Toyota. The trunk got locked by mistake. We had to cross the border. You're on top of the world highway. There's one little border between the Yukon and Alaska. We couldn't open the trunk. It was full of dope anyway. And we were afraid the guy's going to insist, oh, well, if you can't open it, you must be hiding something. He just laughed and waved us on. That was the summer we ended up at Diamond Tooth Gertie's in Dawson City. And it was either Barnacle Bill or myself who was probably responsible for cracking Barb's ribs. Barb was the Barstool Buddha's girlfriend at the time. Beautiful woman. And unfortunately, whoever was dancing, we swung her a little too hard on the dance floor and then lost grip, and she went flying, landed on her ribs, and was pretty upset. It wasn't very nice of us, but, I mean, we didn't do it deliberately. Come on. I mean, we're not talking about violence here. We're talking about drunken stupidity. I guess that's what these ashtrays represent. It's another side of me. I don't try and hide it. You like the hat? CBC, this is the one I wore in Windsor. We'll talk about Windsor sometime, too. I must have a souvenir from there. Do I have anything from the Fog Lounge? No, I don't. All right, anyway, I'm going to leave it there. One more here. This one, again, there's no story to it. So even though it's more collectible than the others, I mean, it's got Souvenir of Canada, it's called. Souvenir of Canada. It's got the Peace Bridge between Niagara Falls and the Rainbow Bridge. It's got the Sun Life building in Montreal, which used to be the tallest building in North America. It's Montreal. And, of course, the Parliament building's in Ottawa, right up there. So this is a nice little piece here. Again, it needs a polishing up. But I probably bought this in a used, junk shop kind of place. So there's no story. So it's neat. Worth more than the others, but no story. And this, what I'm trying to point out here, and the reason I'm wasting all this time, is to point out that it's the stories that make things count. That's how they have value. Scarborough Dude, signing off, and I'll see you next time, and we'll talk about the 6 guns on the next episode. So stay tuned, come back for more. Bye for now.